स्टार्ट करायला पडलं.
Welcome to today's session. I am extremely sorry, but bit late actually. My some due to the technical problem. So I welcome to today's class to Dr. Sucharita Misra. So I don't want to take much time. So straight away, I just request to ma'am to start his class.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, learners.
Student, put your mic in the mute mode.
So today our topic of discussion is Unit 13 and Unit 14 of BSOC 101. In Unit 13, we'll discuss structure and function. In between this unit, we'll also explain the premises of functionalism and also discuss the relevance of the concept of function in understanding society, as well as we will compare and contrast the theoretical approach of Bradley Brown, Malinowski, and Parsons. So let us start from functionalism. So, we generally have a clear-cut notion that functionalism is the name of an approach in social anthropology and sociology, according to which a society is a whole of interconnected parts, where each part contributes to the maintenance of the whole. That means societal each part is interconnected with each other, and each part contributes to the maintenance of the whole structure. So, the task of sociology is to find out the contributions of each part of society and how society works together as an ordered arrangement of parts. That means here the task of sociology it generally consists of to find out the contributions of each part. That means each part of the society, what are their contributions of each parts of society, and how that parts of how society works together as an ordered arrangement of parts. Ordered arrangement of parts ଯୋଗୁ societal works କେମିତି smoothly ହେଇପାରୁଛି. We'll just focus of these things. So at the same time, function is a multi-meaning and multi-uses term. We can say that function is a multi-meaning and multi-uses term. As a way of looking and analyzing society, functionalism emerged fast in social anthropology. Functionalism generally emerged fast in social anthropology in early 20th century and later in sociology. First, it was developed in emerged in social anthropology in early 20th century and later in sociology. Later in sociology beginning in the 1930s. So, however, its roots are as ancient as the concept of organic analogy. If we if we analyze the concept of organic analogy used by Herbert Spencer, so it was its roots are ancient. That means functionalism roots are ancient as the concept of organic analogy used by Plato and Aristotle. So some writers regard Saint Simon in late 18th and early 19th century scholar writing after the French Revolution was considered as the father of sociology because in his writings one finds a coexistence of two ideas, one from which the scientific study of society emerged and the other which contributed substantially to the growth of Marxism theory. So let us first discuss what are the ideas of Saint Simon and Auguste Comte. So it is the first thought studying a society, which is the first thought of studying the society in a functionalism. It's generally the first thought of studying the society scientifically that Auguste Comte, the collaborator of Saint Simon and the person who has coined the term sociology, fully develops positivism and positive philosophy. So, in this view, the methods for the study of society come from natural and biological sciences. When we use the methods of to study or analyzing society, and its roots come from the natural as well as the biological sciences. So, the aim of the study is to discover the laws of evolution as well as the laws of functioning of society. ଆମେ ଦିଟା ଜିନିଷକୁ discover ଏଠି କରାଗଲା, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି laws of evolution as well as the laws of functioning of society. That is, functioning means that is how has the society evolved with the passage of time and what are the various stages through which it has passed. ମାନେ ଆମର different stages of society as well as the passage of time. So and how does the society function at a particular point of time? ଗୋଟେ particular point of time ରେ societal function କ'ଣ ତାକୁ ବି ଆମେ ଏଠି analyze କରୁଛୁ. So in this unit we expose the concept of function in sociological writings. We begin with the basic premises of functionalism and then look into the theoretical contributions of Radcliffe Brown, Malinowski, and Parsons. We will discuss about these thinkers, these theories of these renowned thinkers like Radcliffe Brown, Malinowski, and Parsons. So let us start how the study begins from positivism to functionalism. Positivism ରୁ functionalism ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ study ଟା କ'ଣ ରହିଲା? The immediate forerunner of functionalism in sociology is Emile Durkheim. Emile Durkheim होचंदी first functionalist theory in sociology, who is a sharp critic of Comte, जे कि critics ଥିଲେ କାହାର ନା ଅଗଷ୍ଟ କମ୍ଟେଙ୍କର, as well as influenced by his ideas. Although he was a strong critic of Auguste Comte, but he was much more influenced by the ideas of Auguste Comte. So like Comte, Durkheim is keenly interested in defining the subject matter of sociology. Auguste Comte का भलिया Emile Durkheim भी बहुत interest थिला तांकर in defining the different subject matter of sociology as distinct from that of philosophy or biology. So for him, sociology is a comparative and an objective study of social facts. Sociology कहले हमें कौन बुझुछ ना, it is a comparative and an objective study of social facts, which are the ways of thinking, acting, and feeling that have the noteworthy property of existing outside the individual consciousness. So social facts do not originate in the individual but in the collectivity or in the collective mind. तामाने social facts टा केवल individual mind को नेकरी करा जाए नहीं. It is but it is but originate through the ideas of collective mind. So कहीं की ना कारण कौन? Because they exist outside the individual. Social facts are external to the individual. That's why it is depends upon, originates in the collective mind, and they can be studied in the same way as one studies the material objects. So social facts are things perceived objectively and outside the individual. This, however, does not mean that they are as tangible as are the material things. Instead, for their study, one uses the same frame of mind which one uses for the study of natural and biological objects that constitute the subject matter of natural and biological sciences. So Durkheim's book titled as, Durkheim का ଗୋଟେ famous book titled as The Rules of Sociological Method was basically concerned with these issues. Rules of Sociological Method जो book था तांकर ए issues को नेकी concern करा जायछि. So first of all, we will have some sociological explanations about this thing. From the study of social facts, sociologists offer that Durkheim calls sociological explanations. Each sociological explanation is consisted of two parts. प्रत्येक sociological explanation को दीटा part रे divide कराଯାଇଛି. To quote Durkheim here mentioned that to explain a social phenomena, the efficient cause which produces it and function it fulfills must be investigated separately. The first component of the sociological explanation is the causal historical explanation, to delineate the cause which produces the phenomenon by examining historical sources rather than indulging in what Radcliffe Brown calls conjectural history. So the second component is functional. First component I देखिलु एटी कोन ना social phenomena which is efficient cause of function to fulfill which must be investigated separately. And the second component which is functional. Functional means what? That is the contribution that a part makes a society in the establishment of general harmony. तामाने हमें जदि जानिबा societal function काहाकु ने depend करूची ना each parts of the society. Each parts of the society are necessary for the social functioning. Social functioning by each part are necessary. How each part contributes to the full mechanism of the whole. So whole mechanism, whole structure taku maintain kariba pai parts of the society are very much essential. So Durkheim's definition of function has tremendously influenced the writings of later functionalists, both in social anthropology and sociology. For him, function is the contribution a part makes to the whole for its maintenance and well-being. Maintenance of well-being by parts guda so functional parts ro kaun kamo na to make the whole pura whole to whole structure tar fix smooth running kariba pai smooth functioning pai functions is the contribution a part makes to the whole for its maintenance and well-being. So thus function is a positive contribution. It is inherently good for society for it ensures its continuity and healthy maintenance. For instance, in his doctoral work, Durkheim's doctoral work, which was based on division of labor, Durkheim rejects Darwin's idea survival. Instead of lending support to the theory of competition, conflict, and elimination, Durkheim shows that as human population increases, society becomes more and more differentiated with the division of labor, moving towards the specialization of jobs. That means Durkheim here shows that ଯେତେବେଳେ human population increase kala, society becomes more and more differentiated with the division of labor. The division of labor ସେତେବେଳେ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ହେଲା ବା division of labor society specialization of work ସେତେବେଳେ start ହେଲା when the population of the society increases. Rather than competing with others for survival, human beings are able to depend on one another. Human beings are able to depend on one another, and that specialization makes each one of the beings important for the society. That means each specialization is important for the society. So Durkheim is also critical to the utilitarian and individualistic explanations because according to him, none of them actually explains the real function of division of labor. For Durkheim, the function of division of labor is sociological. Division of labor function which is sociological, it contributes to social solidarity. Then modern industrial society is integrated because of the interdependence that comes into existence with the specialization of jobs. We can give an example of his study. In his study of Australian totemism, he shows that function of religion is to produce solidarity in society. Religion no function कौन Durkheim का हिसाब रे ना it produce solidarity in society to bind people in a moral community called church. ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ moral community ଭିତରେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବାନ୍ଧିକି ରଖିବା and it produce the solidarity in the society. It's a one type of function of religion जोटा कि Durkheim तांकर Australian totemism रे study रे सेटा से show करूछन. So Durkheim is particularly interested in showing that function of the social facts is moral. Social institutions work to produce the goal of integration. Social institutions रा कौन काम रहुची ना social institutions generally work to produce the goal of integration. With this perspective, he is able to account for such phenomenon that to many may appear unhealthy for the society. For example, ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ example नबा, Durkheim regards crime as a normal and healthy feature of all societies. crime hochi gote normal or healthy feature of all societies kahinki na because it reinforces collective sentiment and works towards the evolution of morality and law. Generally crime and crime is considered as normal and healthy because kahinki na it works towards the evolution of morality and law. So a normal rate of crime indicates that a society lacks the total authority to suppress all divergences of the individual to express them as individuals. So that means if the crime rate exceeds the normal limits ru jodi exceed karu jauchi, then it becomes unhealthy, or we can say it is pathological. So, as it clear, Durkheim distinguishes between the normal and pathological forms of social facts. If what is general in a society is normal, and what is not general in a society, and what is not general manner रे जो जिनसटा नाही जो यदि क्राइम का एक्सीड करे जे करी जाउची सोसाइटी रे, then we call it as pathological social facts. So there are in society we found two types of things, that is society is normal and what is in general term रे जदि जिनसटा रहउची, then it is called normal, and when it is not in a general form, it is considered as pathological. So the general performs the function of integrating society. ताहले एठी क्वेश्चन आसुची जे जनरल जो societal norms रहउची सेटा कोन करूची ना, it integrates it performs the function of integrating the society. Societal integration by ki no general facts the normal societal order ta besi help करूची, whereas the pathological facts, the pathological laws generally creates the disturbances with the process of integration. Process of integration, it creates some certain patterns of disorganization. Then coming to
Ma'am, just a minute. Pavit, I
yes,
mean,
sir.
Nanda sir, is it audible, Nanda sir? Nanda sir, your voice is not coming, Nanda sir. Nanda sir, your voice is not coming. You go, ma'am, you go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. So let us discuss the premises of functionalism. Durkheim is not a functionalist in the sense in which this term has come to be used. So where use कराजिबा, Durkheim is not Durkheim is not a functionalist. And for the approach that the British social anthropologists like Radcliffe Brown, B. Malinowski have generally explained. So Durkheim does not use the term functionalism, although he defines the concept of social function. Durkheim केबे functionalism term ta use करनांदी, although he defines the concept of social function. He just elaborating the concept of social function. One comes across in Durkheim's work, works of fine coexistence of genetic, evolutionary, and historical, and here and now approaches. That means genetic, evolutionary, and historical approaches, and synchronic, diachronic, and synchronic approaches. For instance, in his celebrated study of religion, he begins with a consideration of Australian totemism as the most elementary form of religious life. But instead of speculating on origin, he is more concerned with the function of totemism and how its study can help us in understanding the place of religion in complex societies. Complex societies रे हम religious जेमति कि Durkheim first कहले religion ର social function कौन रहउची ना, it creates solidarity within the society. So this emphasis on the study of synchronic, जहाँ को मैं कहूँ here and now, synchronic or present society exerted a tremendous impact on latter scholars. The beginning of the 20th century witnessed the rise of functionalism and disappearance of evolutionary theory. So, we will discuss some certain thinkers pointed in different exist between the differential functionalist view, different functionalist view opinion ame etu je dekhiba like Radcliffe, Brown, Malinowski and their differences. It seems that all functionalists share the following 5 propositions. ମୁଁ ଏବେ କିଛିଟା 5ଟା proposition କଥା କହିବି ତମକୁ जो 5ଟା propositions ଉପରେ all functionalist ଙ୍କର opinion total base କରୁଛି. So first proposition is society is a system like any other system, such as solar system or organic system. Society is a pattern of system. So we can say society or culture, it is a system like any other system, and such as solar system हो कि organic system जेमती रही हमर से हिसाब रे society होची गोटे पार्ट बा गोटे सिस्टम भलिया हमर तार societal systems किछि arrangement रही parts रही so it is considered as a system. It is the one first proposition of functionalist. Second one is, as a system, society consists of parts. जेहेतु एटा गोटे सिस्टम पाई कि अछि आमे जाको गोटे सोशल सिस्टम बोली कहूछु so as a social system undoubtedly it should consist of certain parts. What are those parts? Then se parts gudiko kon the societal parts include institutions, groups, roles, associations as well as organizations. These are the societal parts which are interconnected, interrelated as well as interdependent. आमे जो societal parts गुड़ा देखिलु ए सबु janko system re social system re consists of different parts and that different parts are based on institutions, groups, roles, associations and organizations which are undoubtedly both all the parts are interconnected, interrelated as well as interdependent. So this is the second proposition. Third one is each part performs its own function. प्रत्येक part रो निर्दिष्ट गोटे function रहिछि समस्तंकर एका प्रकारर function आमे एठी देखुना. Each part performs its own function. It makes its own contribution to the whole society. किंतु तार काम कोन रुहे जदिओ से माने निजर स्वतंत्र फंक्शन सोसाइटी रे प्ले करंती बट इट मेक्स इट्स ओन कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर व्हाट वन ओन कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर द होल सोसाइटल सिस्टम. सोसाइटल सिस्टम को फंक्शन करबा पई यार कंट्रीब्यूशंस एठी रही छै and also it functions in relationship with other parts. एटा कोन पई काम करे ना its relationship with other parts. This one is the third one. Then coming to your fourth proposition is based on a change in one part brings about change in other parts. जते बेले हमें परिवर्तन एटा गोटे पार्ट रे देखु.
हेलो
हेलो हेलो
हेलो मैडम गुड इवनिंग
सर गुड इवनिंग.
हाँ सर.
हाँ
Yeah, your voice is coming, sir.
yes yes you are
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, it's audible.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
okay thank you sir.
Go ahead, ma'am. Ma'am, you go ahead.
Okay.
Ma'am, you go ahead.
So fourth proposition is based. Okay, sir. Thank you. So fourth proposition is based on a change in one part brings about a change in other parts. That means when we found a change in one part or one system, one function, one societal part, it has an impact in other parts. It will also affect, create changes in other parts of the society. At least influences the functioning of other parts. कौन पाई के change आसे ना for the functioning of other parts. सब part रो functioning equal way रे रहिबा पाई बा societal system को smooth रे नबा पाई we need जदि गोटे परिवर्तन गोटे part रे आसुची it will also affect the change in other parts. Because all parts of the society are closely interconnected. प्रत्येक societal parts are closely interconnected. We can't ignore that one part. हमें गोटे part को ignore करि परिबा नाही because these parts are interconnected. So this was your fourth proposition. Coming to your fifth one, the entire society or culture for which we can use the term whole. WHO whole means pura, samudaya, samagra. The entire society or culture for which we can use the term whole is greater than the mere summation of parts. That means it cannot be reduced to any part or no part or can explain the whole. A society has its own identity, its own consciousness, or in Durkheim's words, collective consciousness. प्रत्येक society a society has collective consciousness. Each society has its own identity, has its own consciousness. तो ସବୁ societal parts ସେଥିପାଇଁ connect ହେଇଯାଏ ତାକୁ ଆମେ କଣ କହୁଛୁ and it creates a whole means पूरा जଣା पड़े जे these societal parts are united for a collective consciousness. Is it clear? So these are the fifth propositions defined by different functionalists' opinion. So let us have a look on functionalism in social anthropology. What is the functionalism approach in social anthropology? And it's we can take the famous thinkers Radcliffe Brown and Malinowski. Radcliffe Brown and Malinowski, both the founders of British functional approach. They both are the British functional approach, and they were Brown said that it was based on conjectural history, a term we used earlier, and not authentic history. It was pseudo-historical, thus devoid the scientific value. But for Malinowski, classical evolutionism was a limbo of conjectural reconstruction with the works of scholars came a shift from. ତାହେଲେ ସେ shift ଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ first ସେଇଗୁଡାକୁ ହିଁ discuss କରିବା. First shift ହଉଛି, first one is armchair anthropology to fieldwork based study. Armchair anthropology ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଏଠି ବସିକିରି ଖାଲି କହିଦେବି ଯେ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଏଇ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ହେଇଛି. No, that is there is a shift from armchair anthropology to fieldwork based study. So that means that there is a shift from sitting ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ବସିକି study କରିବା ଅପେକ୍ଷା ଆମେ field work based study ଟାକୁ ଅଧିକ enhance ବା ଅଧିକ priority ଏଠି ଦେଇଥାଉ. Armchair anthropology to field work based study. Second shift is the study of the origin and stages of evolution of society and to institutions to society here and now. What does it mean? That means the study of the origin or stages of evolution of society, societal evolution and stages of evolution of society based on diachronic studies to synchronic studies. So diachronic studies कौन ना institutional based studies हमें कहूँ diachronic studies, synchronic studies concept कहूँ here and now. Here and now एबे कौन होची वर्तमान कौन होबो सेही सब जिंस को हम एठी generally stages of human evolution of society moves from diachronic studies to synchronic studies. Then coming to your third shift is based on the study of the entire societies and culture, macro approach to the study of particular societies, especially the small scale societal approach, that is micro approach. You can say the study shifted from macro approach to micro approach. And fourth one is an understanding of society confined to a theoretical level to putting the knowledge of society here and now to practical use to bring about desired changes in society. It was believed that the knowledge acquired should be used for improving upon the conditions of people in society. So Malinowski called the concern of anthropology was practical anthropology. Malinowski generally gives stress on practical anthropology. That means functionalists did not level their criticism against the process of diffusion and evolution. So, for they knew that they were more important, they were important processes of change. In fact, both Brown and Malinowski thought that eventually they would take up the study of these processes. What they were against was a study of the past through the imaginative history. So this is, but the functionalists noted that these documents were not available about primitive and pre-literate societies. So let us have a look on structural functional approach of Ratley Brown. Ratley Brown का approach को हमें कहूँ structural functional approach. Brown defines each society as a functionally interrelated system. प्रत्येक society होची functionally interrelated system in which general laws or functions operate. जहाँ देरे general laws और functions would operate करे. He accepts that Durkheim offered the first systematic formulation of the concept of function, and that this concept is based on an analogy between social life and organic life. That means, however, Brown suspected that functionalism as used by Durkheim might become teleological. He thus substitutes for the word need the term necessary conditions of existence. He believes that the question of which conditions are necessary for survival is an empirical one. को जिनसटा बेसी आवश्यक survival ପାଇଁ this is an empirical one, and the study of a society will tell us about this. Brown recognizes the diversity of conditions necessary for the survival of different systems. Once we have recognized this, we shall avoid asserting that each item of a culture must have a function and that items in different cultures must have the same function. So Ratley Brown dislikes the use of the word functionalism, which Malinowski propagated with enthusiasm. जो Malinowski कहूतले like करूतले to use of the word functionalism. Here Ratley Brown dislikes the use of the word functionalism. His objection is that ism, जोटा function ru functionalism, isms are ideologies. Isms are generally ideologies. It is a school of thought. It is based on philosophies and based on some opinions. So science does not have either of them. Science so what it has are the methods of study, opting for those methods that are regarded as the best for study. That means he was emphasized upon the methods of study rather than the ideologies and school of thought and realms of opinion. So moreover, Brown also looks at the distinction between an organism and society. Brown got a distinction କରିଥିଲେ organism and society ଭିତରେ. For instance, an organism dies, but society continues to survive over time. तामाने गोटे human organism, living organism always dies, but society continues to survive over time. Although it may be changed and transformed, an organism can be studied even when its parts have stopped working. Organism भी सेतेबेଳ पर्यंत can be study करि परिबा when its parts have stopped working. In other words, the structure of an organism can be studied separately from its functions, which is not the case with society. So social structure is observable only when its functions allows, or we can say, so structure and function are inalienable concepts in social anthropology. So both are social structure or function, both are related. काहाको जणो को अन्य जणो ठारो हमें पृथक करि परिबा, inalienable पृथक करा परिबा नाही. That is why Ratley Brown calls his approach the structural functional approach rather than the only functional approach. से खाली तांगा approach टा को functional approach बोली कहिना. He focused upon the structural functional approach. The concept of function involves the notion of a structure consists of a set of relations amongst the unit entities. The continuity of the structure being maintained by a life process makeup of the activities of constituent parts, units. So Ratley Brown's structural functional approach comprises the following assumptions. Brown assumptions kuda hame dekhiba kon. First assumption is a necessary condition for survival of a society is the minimal integration of its parts. Second one is the concept of function refers to those processes that maintain the necessary integration or solidarity. Third one is in each society, structural features can be shown to contribute to the maintenance of necessary solidarity. Necessary solidarity by in each society, structural features can be shown to contribute for its maintenance. Jodi ame dekhiba, for Durkheim the central concept is solidarity, but for Brown it is the structural continuity. Durkheim jemti solidarity upare focus କରିଛନ୍ତି, Brown focused upon the structural continuity of society. For example, in an analysis of lineage system, according to Brown, one must first assume that some minimal degree of solidarity must exist for it to continue. Then one must examine the processes associated with the lineage system, assessing their consequences for maintaining social integration. Then one will move to the other system of society, analyzing at each level the contribution a part will make to the structural continuity of the whole. So let us have a discussion on what are the reflection and action. Question comes, what are the assumptions of Radcliffe Brown's structural functional approach? Radcliffe Brown assumptions कौन? Now Brown is far from being dogmatic in his assertion. For him, the functional unity of a social system is a hypothesis that will look for the integration and structural continuity of society. Does not imply that does not imply that it does not change. So Radcliffe Brown believes that the states of social health and social illness constitute two ends of the continuum, and the actual society seems to lie somewhere in between. So the functionalism of Malinowski is what? The functionalism of Malinowski, based on, by comparison to Radcliffe Brown, it is Malinowski who claims the creation of a separate school. So what is separate functional school? Malinowski assumes that in every civilization, every custom, material, object, ideas, and belief fulfill some vital function, has some task to accomplish, and is indispensable within a working whole. So whereas Radcliffe Brown begins with society and its necessary conditions for existence, so the Radcliffe Brown society of necessary conditions of existence of a katha kahichante, Malinowski's starting off point is the individual who has a set of basic needs that must be satisfied for its survival. That means it is because the importance that Malinowski gives the individual that the term psychological functionalism is reserved for him in comparison to Radcliffe Brown's approach, which is called sociological functionalism, because in this society is the key concept. So Malinowski's approach distinguishes between three levels. तीनटा level ले तांका approach को divide करा जायछि. गोटे होछि biological approach, second one is social structural approach, and third one is symbolic approach. So each of these levels, biological ho, social structural ho, symbolic ho, each of these levels has a set of needs, that must be satisfied for the survival of the individual. It is on his survival that the survival of larger entities like groups, communities, societies is dependent. So Malinowski proposes that these three levels constitutes a hierarchy. Tinta level gote hierarchy constitute karuchi. At the bottom level is placed the biological level. Bottom pura tala level le biological system rahuchi. Followed next by social structural. Tapur upar rahuchi social structural. And finally by the symbolic system. Top re rahuchi symbolic system. The way in which needs at one level are fulfilled will affect the way in which they will be fulfilled by the subsequent levels. So the most basic needs are biological. First basic need are biological, but this does not imply any kind of reductionism, because each level constitutes its distinct properties and needs, and from the interrelationship of different levels that culture emerges as an integrated whole. So one more difference between Brown and Malinowski may be noted here, but another one difference between them, a concept fundamental to Malinowski, the concept of culture, is a mere epiphenomena, that means secondary or incidental for Radcliffe Brown. He believes that the study of social structure encompasses the study of culture. Therefore, there is no need to have a separate field of culture. Further, while social structure is the individual people's, culture is in the minds of people, not amendable to observation in the same way as social structure is. So Radcliffe Brown wants to make social anthropology a branch of natural science, which would be possible when there is an empirically investigable subject matter. Next, what are the major differences between the theoretical approaches of Brown and Malinowski? ଆମେ ଯଦି Brown ଆଉ Malinowskiଙ୍କର difference ଦେଖିବା, the basis of Malinowski's approach is theory of vital sequences which have a biological foundation and are incorporated into all societies. These sequences, number 11, is composed of impulse. For instance, the impulse accompanies the act of sleep, resulting in satisfaction by awakening with restored energy. Like basic needs have cultural responses. Basic needs to the metabolism, cultural response hochi commissioner, and reproduction, cultural response hochi kinship, bodily comfort, cultural response ହେଲା shelter, safety ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ତାର ହଉଛି protection, movement basic need ହେଲେ cultural response activities, growth ଯଦି basic need ରହୁଛି cultural response ହଉଛି training, and health ଯଦି ରହୁଛି cultural response is hygiene. So for example, the first need is of food and the cultural mechanisms are centered on the process of food getting. Coming to the functionalism theory of Talcott Parsons and R.K. Morton, Robert K. Morton. In 1975, in an important article, Parsons labels his student R.K. Morton, Robert Morton, and himself as arc functionalist. What does it mean, arc functionalist? Now, for him, structure refers to any set of relations among parts of living system. On empirical grounds, he says it can be assumed or shown that these relations are stable over a period of time. By process, which is a correlative concept with the structure, one refers to the changes that occur in the state of the system, or it is irrelevant, or its relevant parts. So, a significant characteristics of structural functionalism has been it has stressed structure over processes. Structure over process को it is stress करूँगी. Parsons thinks that his original formulation under rubric of structural functionalism tends to analyze society as if it is static. But the new formulation where stress is laid on the concept of function than structure in the name of the functionalism. For example, one may examine the American context, the function of the process of education of women, right? Family. So, ଏଠି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା Parsons functionalism is best known in terms of functional imperative. Functionalism concept टाको एठी से best known तांकर कहा जाउची कोन ना functional imperative, the essential condition required for the enduring existence of a system, also known as agile model. Agile model कोन ताको हम बुझिबा, which is based on the first letters of the four functions. हम मुझे agile model कहली AGIL model, first letter तांकर प्रत्येक year. So let us discuss one by one. All action systems and society is one of them face four major problems. Namely, prathama hochi kona adaptation. AGIL first A hela adaptation, G hela goal attainment, I hochi integration, and I hela integration and pattern maintenance. L hochi latency. Hela. So Parsons pictures society as a large square which he divides into four equal parts. The underlying idea is that all systems need to accomplish these four functions in order to survive. So the meaning of functional imperatives one by one I may discuss kariba.
First है adaptation. Adaptation कौन? Now it is the main the problem of securing sufficient resources from the society's external environment and distributing them throughout the system. That means each society needs certain institutions that perform the function of adaptation to the environment. Adaptation means which is external function, like adaptation provides the means of instrumental aspect to achieve the goal. Biological organism performs the function of adaptation in general system of action. In the context of society, economic institutions performs this function. First is adaptation. Second one is goal attainment. Goal attainment kona? Now in this function, it is concerned with the need of the system to mobilize its resources to attain the goals and to establish priorities among them. Goal mane tamara lakshya jota. It mobilizes motivation of the actors and organizes their efforts. In the general system of action, personality performs this function, while in case of society, this task is given to the political institution. So, goal attainment is concerned with ends like adaptation, it is also external system, external function. Integration. Integration it is regarded as the heart of the four functional paradigm. By integration, it is meant the need to coordinate, adjust, and regulate relationships among the various actors. Integrate so that the system is an ongoing entity. It performs the functions, whereas in society, legal institutions and courts are entrusted with this task. So integration is concerned with ends and internal aspects of the system. Integration ପରେ fourth one is latency. Latency होची कौन? Pattern maintenance and tension management. In this function, it pertains to the issues of providing knowledge and information to the system. In the general theory of action, culture, the repository of knowledge and information accomplishes this function. That means culture does not act because it does not have energy. It lays hidden, supplying actors with knowledge and information they require for carrying out action. Because culture exists behind the action of people, it is called latent. Behind the action of the people, it is generally considered as latent function. Integration takes place of two things. First, it motivates actors to play their role in the system and maintain value pattern. Second, to provide mechanisms for managing internal tensions between different parts and actors. So latency gives means to achieve ends. It is internal to the system. There have a general level of action theory. Organism personality, cultural social system, economy economy agile function economy or politics, societal community. So etiki gala pare, let's have a look on the summary of this structural functionalism. Parsons' agile model is an ideal type model, or it is applicable to differentiated societies than simple societies. So it is popularly known as the grand theory. Tanka theory ta ko ame generally kochu grand theory, that is all encompassing or unified theory, which is believed to have large explanatory power. Parsons' student Morton is skeptical of such a theory, for it is too general to be much used. So let us have a look on for criticism. Morton identifies three postulates of earlier functionalists given below. Morton, R.K. Morton किछि तीनटा postulate बाहर कले earlier functionalism को critical appraisal ले तांकर. First postulate of the functional unity of society. Functional unity of the society कहले कोन ना, it is an assumption that there is unity in every society, which comes about because of the contributions that parts makes to the whole. Second postulate is a postulate of the universal functionalism. It is an assumption that all the social or cultural forms are positive functions, which are the maintenance of and the well-being of the society. Third postulate is based on postulate of indispensability. It is an assumption that function that a social or cultural form performs in is an indispensable precondition for the survival of society. So, with a critical look, Morton tries to attempt what he calls a codification of functional analysis in sociology. Codification of functional analysis in sociology, that is a functional paradigm that takes into consideration the actual dimensions of social reality, of conformity and deviance. So, understanding and explaining it, like other functionalists, he views, R.K. Morton views society as a system of interconnected parts where the functioning of a part has implications for the functioning of other parts and entire system. So, like his predecessors, he is interested in the concept of equilibrium and integration and the contribution of custom and institution to the persistence of society. His definition of function is also in terms of positive contribution of a part to the whole. Functions are those contributions or consequence that makes for the adaptation and adjustment of a given society. So here Morton analyzed two different functions. One is manifest function, another one is latent function. Let us have a look what is manifest function. Manifest function generally denoted as the function which is we can say while agreeing with the functionalist on certain points, Morton divided this classification in between the two, that is two typologies, distinction between function and dysfunction and between manifest and latent. So in between, most functionalists think that all contributions are inherently good and functional for the society. A proposition Morton finds difficult to accept. He thinks that there are acts that have consensus which lessen the adaptation and adjustment of the system. Such acts have harmful consequences. The technical term is which is dysfunction. So it is therefore expected that the sociologist will always ask the following question: for whom are the consequences functional or dysfunctional? The same institution can be functional in one context, gote context jodi gote jinsa functional hoji, another context it may be dysfunctional. So all social institutions are expected to have some mixed functions and khali functions katha ame kahile habani. So all social institutions are expected to have some mixed functional functions and dysfunction. Whether the institution tilts the pole of function or dysfunction in a continuum will depend upon the net balance between the functional and dysfunctional consequences. So these are, we can say, Morton also able to advance four types of explanations in terms of the two dichotomies, that is function and dysfunction, manifest and latent. The earlier functionalists put forth only one explanation, and that too with respect to latent functions. That means Morton's conceptual scheme guided empirical research rather than remaining a theory with several explanatory claims like a grand theory of persons. So this is all about your structure and functional aspect of society, or we can say it was based on upon the four exponents, that is Ratley Brown, B. Malinowski, and Talcott Parson, as well as R.K. Morton. So these are the things all about in the unit 13 of structure and function of society. So ये जो structure और function टा तमरा सरीला जदि तमरा ये unit टा किसी doubt अच्छे you can ask question. This is generally a theory based paper. That means what Ratley Brown, Malinowski's views about the functionalism, viewed about the structuralist aspect. So these are the views on theoretical background, or we can say these are the things which are generally based upon the functionalism theories of society. Gottejins are clear that each part of the society are interrelated, interdependent and interconnected. So प्रत्येक societal parts पूरा होल सिस्टम को काम करबा पई सोशल सिस्टम को काम करबा पई हाईली एसेंशियल and in between this different theorists have different opinions. We will also analyze it in one by one. If you have any doubts you can ask the questions or we will move to the next one, next or last unit. अच्छा आदर किसी डाउट अच्छी?
हेलो मैम
हम्म
मैम पॉजिटिविज्म आउ थरे टिके डिस्कस करंतो
कोटा कोटा
फ्रॉम पॉजिटिविज्म ऑफ फंक्शनलिज्म
from positivism approach to functionalism.
आज्ञा
अच्छा generally positive philosophy by positivism approach was described by Auguste Comte. बुझिला? And here functionalism theory in sociology first coined by Emile Durkheim. बुझिला? These are the methods of study in analyzing society. Auguste Comte analyzed his method of study as positivism as a method of study, or we can say it's a positive philosophy. And Emile Durkheim, who is a sharp critic of Comte, Comteଙ୍କର critic ହଉଛନ୍ତି Emile Durkheim, but he was also influenced by the idea of whom Comte. Durkheim is keenly interested in defining the subject matter of sociology. Sociology रो subject matter को define करबा पई Durkheim कर interest टा माने बहुत अधिक थिला as distinct from the philosophy or biology, जोटा कि philosophy और biology को नै करी Auguste Comte तांकर study रे देखै चंदी जेतेबेले तमे in detail theories of आगु को पढिबो अलगा आ सेमिस्टर रे तमरा you will be very clear about these things, but right now you will just know that Auguste Comte used positive philosophy or positivism, or Emile Durkheim focused, Auguste Comte used positivism or positive philosophy, or Emile Durkheim focused upon the functionalism to know the, or we can say to define the subject matter of sociology, which was distinct from philosophy or biology. For for Durkheim, sociology is a comparative and an objective study of social facts. Sociology होची कोना गोटे objective study of social fact. Then social fact means what? Social facts are generally external to the individual, or which are the ways of thinking, acting and feeling, एगुडा सब which is that have a noteworthy property of existing outside the individual consciousness. So social facts do not originate the individual, but in the collectivity or collective mind it can be originated, it is originated. So because they exist outside the individual, they can be studied in the same way as one studies the material object. Here generally from positivism to functionalism, we just analyze how the stages of society, how the sociology develops as a method of study used by Auguste Comte, shift from Auguste Comte to Emile Durkheim, from positivism to functionalism. This is the positivism functionalism shift method in detail. फंक्शनलिज्म केमिति आसीला, फंक्शनलिज्म रो मेन फाउंडर हेले इमाइल डरखाम, जदि ओ से एग्जैक्ट फंक्शनलिज्म ऊपर न कहि नांती किंतु से फंक्शनल थ्योरी ऊपर कंसर्न करछन जो एंड सोशल फैक्ट रे से सेटा देखै छ इन डिटेल ले थ्योरीज पढिबो सब जंक जिन पर आधार एनालिसिस करबो, बट एथिकल लिटिल बिट अल्प खाली दिया है कि तुमको एथि जानिबा हाउ इट शिफ्ट फ्रॉम पॉजिटिव. हां
मैम नेसेसरी सॉलिडारिटी मींस काना?
नेसेसरी सॉलिडारिटी which is dark जो necessary solidarity ना organic solidarity को solidarity कथा पचार
नेसेसरी सॉलिडारिटी जो लास्ट रो छै
माने काहार ओपिनियन रो एटा तमे
माने मैडम फंक्शनल इन सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी एंड सेटा
सोशल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी फंक्शनलिज्म necessary solidarity generally it से कहउचंदी जे जोटा तमरो what are the basic needs of society, societal basic needs का solidarity काहा को नै कि डिपेंड करूची, जोटा कि सोसाइटल फंक्शन बा सोसाइटल पार्ट्स को फंक्शन करिवा पे निहाती आवश्यक, जोटा हमें कहउछु कलेक्टिव कॉन्शियसनेस.
that is necessary solidarity. Collective consciousness जोठी हमें देखु जो societal parts को how they effectively functions for collective consciousness, and through collective consciousness we can get necessary solidarity जोटा कि आवश्यक सेटा न रहिले societal parts रे हमें काम करिबाटा difficult हे जिवो. All about your necessary solidarity.
Thank you, ma'am.
So shall we move to the next one or last one? That is unit 14, social control and social change. Let us have a look on social control and social change. Achha. In this unit, we will discuss social control as a concept. We will also analyze the relationship between social control and social order. We will also focus the agencies of which function as a social control, as well as the concept of social change and social transformation, and what are the factors of social change. Here we will also study the various approaches in understanding social change as well as the rate of social change. आमे एते सबु जिंस आधारे वर्तमान डिस्कस करिवा. So as we all know, in social control is the central concept in sociology. काहे कि एटा गोटे central concept बोली कहा जाउची that all of us are expected to behave in a certain way. आमे समस्त गोटे निर्दिष्ट way रे behave करूछु society रे. It ranges from how to eat, आमे केमिति खाइबा, केमिति बसिबा, केमिति कहा संगे डील करिबा, that has a certain way. गोटे निर्दिष्ट behavior आमे गोटे निर्दिष्ट effective behavior जहा कि society को accepted behavior आमे से हिसाब रे society रे play करूछु. It ranges from how to eat to giving respect to our elders to driving to the left side of the road, ए सबु जंग or to obey the laws. Okay नहीं, आमे सबु एगुडा सबु society रे देखुछु. The very basic idea behind following certain desired rules is to make collective social life possible. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ସବୁ ଯାଙ୍କ ଜିନିଷ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ମାନିକିରି ବା ସବୁ ଯାଙ୍କ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ ଏମିତି according to the societal behavior, according to the societal norms ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ society ରେ play କରୁଛୁ, ଏଇଟା କଣ କରେ ନା it creates the very basic idea behind the following certain desired rules. It makes collective social life possible. ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ collective social life କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରି ପାରିବା. So community life is only possible in the context of social constraints as social living demands sacrifice of individual interest. ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ individual interest ଅପେକ୍ଷା social interest କୁ ଅଧିକା ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦଉଛୁ. For example, one is always tempted to jump a traffic signal but does not do so fear of being fined. बुझी परछ? आमे समस्त चाहते केमती गोटे जल्दी पळेबा, ट्रैफिक रे सिग्नल देछि आमे आगुआ पळेबा, कि समस्तकर इच्छा सेटा थाए किंतु जाई परंते काहे कि ना गोटे फियर रही थाए हम मन रे जे हमहु फाइन पड़ी जिवो, आमे किछ पनिशमेंट पाइबु. So thus in order to function smoothly and effectively, society makes certain rules and regulations. से जो जिंस गुडा रे गोटे orderly arrangement आनिबा पई society has made certain rules and regulations and expects society what society expects, it expects that its members have to follow that rules and regulations. समस्त से rules और regulations मानी के रहिबा निहाती आवश्यक. So social institutions such as family, school, religious institutions and media are some of the agents that reinforce and maintain these rules. Many sanctions are not applied directly but only by embedding certain rules in the socialized person. Thus most people confront because of fear, but because they are internally conditioned to do so. In the most fundamental sense, social control refers to the capacity of a society to regulate itself according to the desired principles and values. Social control it generally hochi kona na, it refers to the capacity of a society to regulate its individuals, बुझी परछ, in a desired principles and rules. So have a look on the meaning and definitions of social control. The purpose of social control is, as the term indicates, to exercise control of people in an effective manner, conforming or behaving in accordance with the norms of society is referred to as conformity.
जते बेले आमे सोसाइटल नॉर्म हिसाब रे काम करू सेते बेले हमको रेफर करा जाउची कोन conformity मिले. But in fact, in a modern complex society, social order can be achieved by making the people to accept and follow certain specialized group norms, by maintaining solidarity and stability among its members. Society ensures its continuity. As a result, the means of social control does not remain external to the individual but are followed unconsciously too. आमे कॉन्शियसली खाली सब जिंस करू सेटा अनकॉन्शियसली भी हमें सोशल कंट्रोल किछि मानी थाउ and it becomes a larger part of culture and gets transmitted from one generation to another. Therefore, social control is a necessary component of social order. So ये जो कंट्रोल टा हमें सोशियोलॉजी रे पढुछु सोशल कंट्रोल टा ताकू किए कहा द्वारा ए कांसेप्ट टा फर्स्ट आसीथिला ना इट वाज E.A. Ross, an American sociologist who introduced the concept social control in his famous book Social Control. सी प्रथमे सोशियोलॉजी रे ए वर्ड टा यूज करिथिले in his famous book Social Control, which was published in 1901. He was defined social control as a system of devices whereby society brings its members into conformity with the accepted standards of behavior. Others like Ogburn and Nimkov have said that social control. Please mute your mic. So, social control refers to the patterns of pressure which society exerts to maintain order and established rules. So, from the above definitions, it is very clear that the influence ये जो definition गुड़ा हमें पढ़िलु हमें एथरो clear हो चुका ना it is some kind of influence on the behavior of the individual. Social control ta the society ta exercise some kind of influence on the behavior of individual and that influence may be exercised kaha द्वारा हमें जो society हमको impose करूची कौन माने controlling बा behavior सिखेबा में से गुडार माध्यम कौन by means of public opinion है पारे religion है पारे morality है पारे ideology है पारे or by coercion भी है पारे. So such influence is exerted at various levels. It may be the influence over all the members of society or influence of a dominant group over small number of groups. So the socialization into the moral code of society results in some members taking care of others. Thus, social control underlies all forms of social behavior and has been an essential aspect of all societies from ancient to recent times. So let us have a look on types of social control. Society exercises its control on the behavior of individual or group in many ways. The nature of social control is also dependent on the social situation and the nature of social goals. In some simpler societies, some forms of beliefs and customs exercise enough control to act as a pressure on individuals or groups. So the social control can be classified into two major types. These types the social control को divide करा जायछि. गोटे ला formal means of social control, another one is informal means of social control. So what is formal means of social control? The formal control is exercised by some institutionalized organizations or associations that is characterized by formal authority द्वारा करा जाउतबा like government which makes law and legislation to control. So formal control is a feature of modern urban complex society in which the interaction is mostly impersonal in nature and social life is anonymous. तामाने आमे एठी गोटे जिंस जाउछु जानुछु जे formal control होउची modern urban complex societies रो गोटे feature and a complex society requires the necessity of formal control of rules and regulations to make its members conform. The legal institutions and judiciary are a well recognized and well accepted means of social control. The various laws are exercised by a specific body in which officials are vested with power to enforce control. The state is often the highest agent of social control and subsumes within itself subsidiary institutions like that of the police and the military for the enforcement of control. Then coming to the informal control is mainly exercised by unwritten rules and regulations. Unwritten rules and regulation which was characterized by informal agents like folkways, traditional beliefs and customs, rituals, gossip, public opinion, etc. These are the informal means of social control. So informal means of social control evolve on their own and are an integral and accepted part of life over a period of time. So they become more established with practice, though no specific punishment is given to persons in case of violation yet. So informal controls are more effective in their influence than even the formal control. So formal control le gote written rules और regulations थाए जोटा कि modern urban और complex societies रे अधिका देखिबा पई मिले. But informal social control ला होची कोन, there is no specific written rules and regulations which is generally unwritten like public opinion hela, traditions hela, beliefs hela, custom hela, gossip hela कि तम विषय कथा हेबे जतबे किछि खराब माने behavior करूछ. So these are the things which is the informal means of social control. They are more effective in simple and rural society. Eta besi dekha jaye simple और rural society where members of society are more tradition oriented and the community is more tightly knit. They are also more effective in primary groups like family, where interaction takes place more at personal ground. In informal control, the control is either through internalized values or through feelings of shame, honor, and ridicule. देखो इनफॉर्मल कंट्रोल ले हमें कौन देखुछु कंट्रोल आसुची काहा थ्रू रे आइदर इंटरनलाइज्ड वैल्यूज तम वैल्यूज तुमको किछ गोटे खराब जिंस करबा पई के मना करबो खराब बिहेवियर देखबा पई सोसाइटी रे मना करूची आउ बा काहा द्वारा बेले बेले आसी पारे जदी फीलिंग्स ऑफ सेम तम लज्जा हबो तम जदी एटा करबो बा तुमको अलगा किछि माने ता पई अलगा लोक माने तम विषय कथा हेबे सेही जो जिंस गुडा हम भितर थाए दैट इज द informal means of social control. तापाई कि किछि hard and fast punishment नथिले भी depends upon your internalized values, either internalized values or through the feelings of shame. तमु लाज माडिबो बोली तमे किछि करिबोनी बुझि परछ. So these are the informal means of social control. So in complex societies and in urban city life, both formal as well as informal mechanisms of control work simultaneously to maintain social order. Urban society रे भी हमें complex society रे भी दीटा प्रकार देखु both formal और informal means of social control टा हमें देखिबा पई पाइथो. So let us have a look on agencies of social control. A society maintains social control through agencies that have evolved over time to be effective. Society uses law, education, physical coercion, and courts besides folkways, religion, traditional customs, mores, etc. to exercise control over its members of society. The types of social control mechanisms used by society depends upon the nature of society in terms of its organizational complexity. So control by law. First हमें देखिबा control by law. The law is the most powerful instrument of social control. Law होची प्रथम एजेंसी. Law काहाको कह जाउची ना, it is a powerful instrument of social control in the modern urban industrial society. Law appears in a society with a political organization of the state. The term law has been defined in various ways, like laws are a form of social rule emanating from political political agencies. The source of law are many. Laws are made and legislations are enacted. Law theory kara jauchi, legislations is enacted. मानिबा ପାଇଁ କି करा जाउची on the basis of social doctrines, ideals and more. Laws are made formal when they are enacted by a proper law making authority. So formal laws are deliberately made with proper planning. सबबेले laws, formal laws गुड़ा planning अनुसार proper planning अनुसार करा जाता है. In the Western system, laws are supposed to be definite, clear and precise, and everybody is treated equally before the law in identical circumstances. So law is enforced by agencies, therefore formal bodies are created. এটা গলা control by law. Second one is control by education. Education দ্বারা ଆମେ କେମିତି control होଛୁ ନା education is very significant tool, or we can say it is a mechanism of social control in all the forms of society. Education can be just simply viewed as imbibing of social values and norms by the younger generations. Informal education is imparted by all socializing agents, especially the family. Education has been visualized by Emile Durkheim as the socialization of younger generation. So formal education, that is the education that is imparted by an institution that is dedicated primarily to it and which has its own tools and techniques like books, teachers been playing central role in controlling the behavior of the members of society. So formal education is designed to impart the right kind of ideology to the young members of society so that they contribute to its reproduction. Formal education often includes religious and patriotic values that are deemed necessary for the formation of responsible citizens. Eta gala control by education. Next one is control by public opinion. Public opinion control kona? Public opinion is an important agency of social control. Public opinion simply refers to mass of ideas which people expresses on any given issue. In fact, it works as a collective opinion of majority of members of society. Moreover, it is more valued in democratic societies. Public opinion is gathered through various modern means like press, radio, television, etc. Next one is control by propaganda. Propaganda कौन ना प्रचार जोटा करा जाए. Propaganda does affect people's attitudes, behavior, faith and ideology. At times it also used to replace an older belief system to a new one. However, it may have both positive and negative impact. Most governments and power regimes use propaganda to bring changes in the behavior of people. Thus, people are urged to conform the goals of the state willingly through propaganda that makes them believe that what is society wants is actually also good for them. Next one is control by coercion. Coercion means कौन ना? It refers to physical force to stop or control the behavior of an individual or group. When people are forced to follow certain rules under threat or under some imposed controls, it is said that coercion is used to regulate the behavior of an individual or members of society. State is the only agency which uses it legitimately, although everyone may not agree with every situation of use of force. Like when police uses force on peacefully demonstrating people, or when the state uses repressive measures to suppress any protest. Next one is control by customs. Custom is basically an informal means of social control. It is exercised mostly unconsciously. We learn them from childhood in our families, and what we say in primary groups is in a very informal manner. It ensures collective life. They are more influential in traditional or rural society. That is control by custom. Next one, control by religion. Religion refers to the faith in some supernatural forces, like MacIver on page ko hisab re. Religion implies a relationship not merely between man and man, but also between man and some higher power. खाली मनीष मनीष भीतर relationship टाको religion कहा जाउनी. Man and some higher power relation टाको हमें religion कहूचु. It is a strong instrument of social control. Therefore, it is based on the belief that it confirms the man's relationship with God and therefore constitutes religious code. And it is this religious code which becomes significant to control the conduct of human behavior. The power of religion is very deep rooted as it conflates the social requirements with the wishes of the higher power. For example, in many religions, women are made to believe that it is their religious duty to serve men. एमती भी माने रिलीजन करा जाउ देखा जाए जे बिलीफ अछि गोटे women are made to believe that it is their religious duty to serve men and is very effective in maintaining and continuing patriarchal society. Similarly, many religions supported the rule of kings, saying that the king or ruler was divine. Next one is control by morality. There is a close relation between morality and religion. Morality is that body of rules and principles concerned with good and evil as manifested to us by conscience. So, morality is what makes a person distinguish right conduct from wrong, but the moral order is not universal and it varies from society to society. And each society imbibes its own norms and values in its children. In the context of a Western society, one may identify honesty, faithfulness, trust, fairness, consciousness, kindness, and sacrifice to represent some of the moral concepts. The moral order of Indian society is more towards family and respect for elders and following rules. The moral order is internalized by the people and therefore it plays a very crucial role in influencing people's behavior as well as to maintain control on members of society. So these are the mentioned mechanisms of formal as well as informal means of social control, which are the agencies of social control. हमें कहिलु. So different social ceremonies in terms of rituals, fashions are also used to regulate the behavior of an individual or members of a society. The society, in order to function smoothly and effectively, uses some form of inbuilt mechanisms. Individuals have the tendency to deviate from the desired behavior because of their desires for their self-like pleasure and individualistic goal fulfillments. For example, people wish for the good things of life that they may not be able to get by fair means but by anti-social means such as theft and breaking of rules. So the effectiveness of mechanisms varies from simple to complex societies. Means like customs, folkways and mores are more effective in rural, traditional, simple society, but law, education, public opinion plays more significant role in urban, complex society. So this is all about your social control. So let us have a look what are the concept of social change. I have already told you that social change is the alteration or modifications in the society. Any alterations or modifications found within the society is denoted as social change. Social change has been defined in various ways. As we know, change is the law of nature. So scholars and authors have defined them in many different ways so that there is no one agreed definitions of social change. Nevertheless, for our purpose, we shall attempt a working definition of social change. Social change has broadly been defined as significant alteration or modification, any type of alteration or modification of any social organization and any social structure and function of a society and its various manifestations. So the changes takes place both within the societies, or we can say endogamous forces of change, and from without the society, that is exogamous, or we can say it is brought about by exogenous change, or we can say it brought about by external forces. What are the approaches to understanding social change? Let us discuss the approaches, or we can say the theories of social change. We'll discuss the four theories. First one is evolutionary theories of change. Evolutionary theories of change are this is the interrelated theories of change. The main notion of the evolutionary theory of change is that there is a constant direction of social change of all societies in a similar sequence of stages, from the original to the final stage of development, or from the simple and primitive to the more complex and advanced stage. गोटे स्टेज माने हम जदि कहबा इवोल्यूशन सिंपल देन प्रिमिटिव देन more complex then advanced stage. So evolutionary theory implies that evolutionary change will culminate at reaching the final stage of development. Evolutionary theorists consider change as progress and growth. तांको हिसाब रे चेंज होची प्रोग्रेस और ग्रोथ आनिबा सोसाइटी रे. This theory can be classified into two main categories. गोटे होची classical evolutionary theory और गोटे होची neo evolutionary theories. So let us discuss what is classical evolutionary theory. Classical evolutionary theories have been developed by the 19th century anthropologists and sociologists. Although the approaches differ among them, there is an underlying principle of convergence of ideas that evolutionary change takes place in a unilinear and similar direction. गोटे single way रे आ गोटे similar direction रे change हेबा को हमें कहूचु classical evolutionary change. They largely draw an analogy of progress of animal life from simple unicelled organisms to the most complex animal, the human being. They believe that as societies evolve and grow, the functions of its members would also become more specialized, just as the development of millions of body cells to perform specific functions within an interrelated system. The main proponents of the classical theories of evolutionary change were Auguste Comte. Exponents किए these classical theories of change ra Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, E.B. Tylor, Sir Henry Maine, Jeff McLennan, and S.J.G. Fraser, Louis Henry Morgan, or J.J. Bachofen, Adolf Bastin, Ferdinand Tönnies. These are the famous classical evolutionary thinkers of social change. So let us have a discussion on the neo-evolutionary theories of social change. Neo-evolutionary theories were introduced in the 20th century by V. Gordon Childe, Julian Stewart, and Leslie White. Their formulations of evolutionary theories were characterized by careful scrutiny of evidence, systematic analysis, and rigorous reasoning. To distinguish them from classical evolutionary theorists, they have also been labeled as neo-evolutionists. Later, Sahlin and Illman Service attempted a synthesis of the theories of evolution by developing the concept of specific and general evolution. So the main claim of these theories was that evolution moved simultaneously in two directions, in both the biological direction and cultural direction. This evolutionary process then led a progress and made new one emerged out of the old one. So they considered these two processes as interconnected in its totality. So this is all about your evolutionary theory. Let us have a look on cyclical theory of social change. Cyclical theories have been concerned with the repetitious change of conditions, events, forms, or fashions over a long period of time. Although the period of recurrent phases the recurrent phases mane recurrent cycles of change would vary. The cyclical theorists believe that societies pass through a series of stages. However, they do not consider the notion of ending in a stage of perfection, but see them as a return to the stage where it began for further round in a cyclical manner. Some of the eminent contributors of cyclical theories are A. L. Kroeber, Oswald Spengler, P. Sorokin, Arnold Toynbee, and Wilfredo Pareto. They are the exponents of cyclical theories of social. Cyclical theory means repeated change. Cyclical theorists believe that societies pass through a series of stages and it is in a cyclic form. Then coming to the structural, functional and conflict theories. Structural, functional and conflict theories are generally concerned with micro and middle range theories of social change. The structural functionalists assume that society, structural functionalist का मतलब है society is like a human body. मनीष body भलिया society रो भी गोटे structures अछि that is in a balanced system of institutions रहिछि. Each of these which performs a function in maintaining society. प्रत्येक system balancing mechanism by institution काम कौन ना its function is maintaining society. They consider change as a constant that requires no explanation. Change होची a constant and that requires no explanation. They hold that changes disrupt the equilibrium of a society. Until the change has been integrated into the culture, societies accept and adopt those changes that are found useful and while they reject the changes that are useless. ता माने जोटा society ପାଇଁ functional changes से change गुड़ा society accept करूची. This is the view of structural functional approach of social change. And society rejects those which are useless and dysfunctional for the society. So let us have a look what are the conflict theories of social change said about. Now the conflict theories are closely related to structural functional theories of social change. They have no specific theory per se of change. The conflict theorists believe that societies progress to a higher order when the oppressed groups improve their conditions of life. They do not, however, assume that societies smoothly evolve from lower to higher level. They consider conflict as a constant and necessary factor to bring about social change. They view social change as the result of social conflict but not as constant. Social change टा होची कहा द्वारा आसे ना it's a result of social conflict but which is not a constant result. So as conflict is continuous, so is also change. Conflict जेमती गोटे continuous process society ना, सेमती social change भी गोटे continuous process. So let us have a look on synthesis of social change theories. What are the synthesis of social change theory? Most theorists today integrate the various ideas and theories of social change that have been discussed. So there is a general agreement, however, that societies change because of various factors conditioned on the society. These factors could be both within factors, societal factors, or without societal factors, or planned or unplanned factors. Many theorists do believe that changes in societies are not necessarily good or bad. They opine that although a stable society is usually better than a chaotic and conflict-ridden society, so stability would sometimes imply exploitation, oppression, and injustice. In such a situation of injustice and oppression, conflict bound to take place and the society will be forced to change. So let us have a look on factors of social change. Social change is brought about by various factors. These factors are mainly responsible for the differences in the rate and nature of change in different societies and at different times. विभिन्न सोसाइटी रे विभिन्न समय रे एटा को भलिया चेंज आणुची तो फैक्टर्स कोन कोन रेस्पोंसिबल हमें डिस्कस करिबा. First asila biological factors. Biological factors may be further classified into two types. गोटे हूँ नॉन ह्यूमन बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स आ गोटे हूँ ह्यूमन बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स नॉन ह्यूमन बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स कौन ना इट इंक्लूड्स प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स नॉन ह्यूमन बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स they affect the lives of people in varied ways human beings need plants and animals for survival be it for food लोक माने ह्यूमन बीइंग्स कौन पे दरकार करते सर्वाइवल बंचिबा पे प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स दरकार करते मे बी फॉर फूड हे पारे क्लॉथ हे पारे मेडिसिन हे पारे एंड अदर पर्पसेस इन मेनी different ways as defined by our own culture one's culture so man also needs plants and animals indirectly for availing oxygen and other utilities through many processes transformations of the environment may bring about changes in the livelihood food habits and related social aspects এটা ହେଲା non human biological factors so human biological factors କଣ ନା human biological factors affect social change in two main ways ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି genetic character of a given population and the quantity density and composition of population ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା population change unlike genetic factor is considered to be one of the most important factor of social change growth in population and also its composition has been affecting various aspects of socio-cultural lives migration brings lots of changes you can take recent times जो migration जो pandemic time रे migration द्वारा केते परिवर्तन society रे आसिला migration brings about further changes by creating a new environment setting after the contact of two or more alien people and cultures with that brings about numerous new problems migration could also affect the process of acculturation cultural diffusion or social conflict so this is about your biological factors second one is geographic factors geographic factors but geographic changes have been significant factors of social change there are several instances where social changes have been brought about by geographical factors natural disasters such as earthquake floods can cause both environmental and social changes so often when land and resources are lost in some mishaps there is deepening of social inequalities as most of the burden falls on marginal people so ecological change is also a major source jodi earthquake hoji flood hoji so this has brings certain patterns of changes within the society which is ecological change is also a major source of social change in modern times many ecological changes have been induced by human beings बहुत गुड़ा जो natural changes by ecological changes होची सेटा भी तार responsible कारण भी होची मनीष माने भी responsible थांती जेमति कि ओवर पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द रीजन गोटे रीजन ने अधिका जेति लोक आवश्यकता ठो अधिका रहिबा ओवर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन ऑफ ए रीजन अधिक रिसोर्सेस गुडा यूज करिबा ओवर एक्सप्लॉइट करिबा दैट पर्टिकुलर रीजन or we can say the social and political conflict as well as deforestation जो जंगल अवक्षय or construction of large dams among others and for one reason or another have caused enormous social and ecological problems in the contemporary world which are found to be even greater factors of social change than migration and disaster ता माने geographical factor द्वारा भी social change किछि affected as social change आसुची जेमति कि natural disaster ठारू लेकी तमरा migration पर्यंत so let us have a look on technological factors of social change. As we know that technology has been considered as one of the important factor of social change. This is quite true, particularly in the context of contemporary world. This is for the fact that variation in technology affects social organization or structure of a society in a significant way. The use of mass media and rapid transfer of information through the internet and the revolution in communication technology these have changed the face of the world so however this has often resulted in the dominant cultures such as American culture making its impact worldwide people have begun to wear our kon impact padichi jemti western we wear western clothes, we also eat western junk food all over the world. At the same time, the magnitude and the rate of change could differ from one period and situation to another depending on the availability and use of technology. While modern technology has been a great boon to man, there are also the other dark sides of it. Jadio modern technology ଆମ ପାଇଁ କିଛି ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ ବୋଲି ଆମେ କହିବା, but there has certain dark sides. This is mainly due to the change of the old ways of life and systems. Destructive nature of technologies being designed or misuse of technologies for destructive ends. ଆମେ ସେ technologies गुड़ा design करूଛୁ ଆମର ଭଲ ପାଇଁ କି ବି ଆମେ use କରୁଛୁ lifestyle ପାଇଁ ବି, and we are also using that technologies for destructive ends. So we can here we see that technology has been also considered one of the important factors of social change. We can't ignore the technological impact. तापरे आछी socio-cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors have been the most important causal factors of social change. Humans are the most important player of social change. As a society is a human creation, so also humans are primarily responsible for changing their own creation. Social change has been caused by various human activities in the form of discovery, invention, diffusion, social movements, or so on. Changes are caused by attitudes and values of the people towards innovation in a society. So some people are more conservative and resistant to change, while others are more open for transformation. Change is, however, viewed as inevitable and natural by most of the people. So societies located at world crossroads, crossroads areas of greatest intercultural contact have always been centers of change. On the other hand, isolated areas are generally centers of stability, conservatism, and resistance of change. So ethnographic evidences shows that most primitive tribes have been found among the most isolated communities. Discoveries and inventions have contributed most to the process of social change. So this truth is increasingly realized in modern times as per the production of modern technological know-how. तामाने हमें एठी आउ गोटे जिंस भी find out करूछु जे socio-cultural factors which have also been responsible for bringing social change. जो थरे कि humans are the most important player of social change. तापरे हमें देखुया social movement. Social movement is certainly one of the most important, we can say it is one of the most important factor of social change, where we can understand social movement in two different forms. One, those movements organized to create somehow social forms. They are usually radical and liberal in nature. And second, those movements concerned with maintaining or recreating older social forms. Maintain kariba older social forms to recreate kariba pai bi amara gote conservative or reactionary entity dekha jaye, the movement dekha jaye. Those changes will depend much on the success of the movement and the impact it could cause to the society. The impact of social change on human society has been a major concern for social scientists, particularly sociologists. Sociologists are concerned with the impact on the group more than the individual. So the opinion of sociologists about social change differs according to the school to which they belong. Different opinions, different school of thought ରହିଛି. There are many sociologists who believe that industrial society alienates individuals from one another because the nature of one. But and there are also this is also felt that in according to Marx, Marx was one of the thinkers who believed that the move from agrarian to industrial society would alienate people. Therefore, their real selves. So there are few sociologists such as Emile Durkheim who felt that complex industrial societies have positive effect on human relationship by virtue of the division of labor after specializations among other attributes that promote interdependence and integration of society. So he had also talked about anomy, normlessness and breakdown of social relationships. एक कथा भी Durkheim तांकर social change concept କରୁଛନ୍ତି. And also, sociologists today realize that industrial society has disintegrated traditional family structure and community system and has led to the increasing cases of broken families as well as divorce, rise in divorce. So, the rise of individualism and more liberal views have also been viewed in a more liberal and human society. Sociologists are also aware that modern socializations and lifestyle encourage individuals to behave in a way that would be compatible with industrial life and specialized professions. Media also plays immense role in influencing individuals and adopt the lifestyles of the middle class. So the introduction of modern know-how and technology has also caused great problems and anxiety to human life and the environment. So the heavy use of automobiles and fuels causes massive pollution and hazardous emissions. It also pollutes and damages the physical environment that man depends on survival. So the acute demand for fuel and the means to meet the demand have often led to conflicts between the communities. ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ ଦେଖିଲୁ କଣ ନା at the same time humans are forming bonds across the world and we have now the concept of global village. Thus change works both ways and the future is always unpredictable. Theta ways to changes ଅଛି both positive and negative version of change ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଏଠି କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମର future is always unpredictable. We can't predict the future according to our present version of change. So let us have a in detail summary of this unit. In this unit, we have explained the meaning and concept of social control and social change. We will also discuss have also discussed how social control is a necessary component of social order to maintain the relationship. And we have also explained various approaches, concepts to understand social change and various factors for social change as well as the impacts on society as well as the factors for social change and their impact on society and individual have also been discussed. So this is all about your social control and social change in unit 14. If you have any doubt, you can ask the question.
Any doubt question? I mean, students?
Hello?
Any doubts?
Hello?
If there is no question, then we will conclude the session. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am,
Thank
for
you.
your nice presentation. So by this, students, tomorrow onwards, ESO 102 will start. So thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Popular? मीटिंग लिफ्ट कर दो
Samsung.
हाँ
Itu nahi.
हाँ
Dia nahi.